I was ashamed of my culture. I didn't want to talk about the culture or something. Don't judge me, okay? I am like surviving here. Hi, welcome back to another episode of This is Hazel. Okay, this video is about me basically, but I really think that some of you guys can relate to my story because it's about, I don't know, the feelings that I've been feeling as a foreign person living in a different country. A brief background for you just in case if you're new to this channel. I was born and raised in Korea and I've been in Vancouver for over 3 years now. 3 years and a half. Time goes so fast, seriously. I think those 2 to 3 months that I spent in Australia helped a bit too, because when I came to Vancouver, I felt a bit more confident. And somehow I've always adapted fast, like new weather, a new language, new people. I usually settle in quickly, and I'm proud of that part of myself. Recently, Korean culture has been getting bigger, right? Like K-pop, K-dramas, some movies. Food is getting bigger as well, just everything. And I started thinking more about the Korean part of me. When you live abroad, the fact that you're from that country becomes clearer. The fact that I am Korean. Because when I was in Korea, I never had to define myself as Korean. But here, I feel like other people define me as Korean person. It's the most obvious label for me. Not in a bad way. I don't hate it. I love my country. And it's not uncomfortable or something. It's fine. But recently, this Canadian side of me gets bigger. I suddenly started feeling confused. Confused is the right word? I don't know. But I think it's also a kind of longing. If any of you know what it's like to live in a different country, in another country, let me know, because I guess some of you guys here can understand me based on what I saw on the comments and emails. For me, longing isn't just, I don't have this anymore. It's more like, I only realize it when it shows up again after a long time. Like, oh right, I missed this. So every time I go back to Korea, I feel it. It's just really comfortable being there. And that makes me realize how tense I was in Canada. I was just nervous all the time. Like, not crazy nervous because I'm not comfortable here. No, I'm not feeling 100% safe here because I don't have family and my friends here. I am like surviving here. Yeah, just my body relaxes so easily in Korea. And like I said, now that Korean culture is getting some attention, I have this weird feeling. It's not just, I'm proud of Korea. I am proud of Korea, but it's more personal. I feel relieved in a way. When some other people recognize something that I miss, it gives me strength. It comforts me a lot. It's just so strange. It feels so good to be understood. Probably because I get more chances to talk about the things that are mine and more time to explain them. And I realized it is a big part of me and I'm missing it. And I think I denied that for a long time. Okay, don't judge me, okay? When I worked at the restaurants in Australia and Canada here, sometimes Korean customers would ask, "Are you Korean?" And I said, "No, I'm not Korean." It sounds so stupid now. Of course, not every time it's so scary to do that. But a lot of time, I avoided those situations. The pressure of having to learn English controlled me so much that I just reacted without thinking. And back then, I thought that was the brave, correct thing to do. I wasn't because I was ashamed of my culture or I didn't want to talk about the culture or something. I was just trying every possible way to survive and settle into a new culture. I was desperate. I worked so hard not to fall behind or feel left out. I threw away my own culture, own things, and tried so hard.
Wow. Yes.
People ask me a lot if I miss Korea. I always said no. Because the more time passes, I'm not really building anything in Korea anymore. It's slowly turning into a travel destination. Of course, it will always be my home, but realistically, it feels like a place that I visit and rest. But even though I'm building my future in Canada now, I'm not fully sure that I understand this society well. I also wonder how people here see me, because I don't want to be just a Korean person here. Still, being able to settle in a new place and experience all of this is a huge privilege, and I know that very well. With that, I think I didn't value enough all the experiences I've had so far, and now I started to change that. Wherever I live, whatever background I have, it should make me special. And honestly, sometimes I feel like I'm standing between Korea and Canada, and maybe I actually like that. Maybe that in-between part is also my identity. Only recently did I understand how big the culture really is. Experiences are so valuable, especially the ones you can't see and you can't touch. Everything I've been through, everything I meet feels interesting. And all the things that I never noticed because they were too familiar actually express who I am more than I thought. It sounds strange, but some things get closer when you get farther away from them. If you honestly miss something and don't pretend that you don't, sometimes it becomes yours again. People, places, values. Maybe we need to acknowledge the things that we miss, and that's a way of taking care of ourselves.